Welcome back. Knowledge is power, and it's good to think about what you might do if you are faced with a dangerous, unexpected situation. In fact, there's a show on A&E called I Survived a Crime. It focuses on individuals who were victims of a crime, what they did right, what they did wrong, and hopes to give everyone information and knowledge to help just in case you find yourself as a victim. Let's find out more.
What would you do if forced to make a quick decision to protect yourself or your family in a dangerous situation? That's the premise of the informative new series, I Survived a Crime, hosted by network correspondent Gio Benitez. His new A&E series examines the choices of avoiding confrontation and fighting back. Gio, thanks for being here on Park City Television.
Hey there, Christine. Thanks so much for having me.
So tell me more about I Survived a Crime.
You know, Christine, this show is really about strength and resilience. You are going to meet some incredible people. They were victims of sudden crime, and then they've turned it around, and now they are strong survivors. And so the whole reason they're even speaking to us is because they say that their message, they hope, can inspire people and give people hope. We know the year that we've all been having with COVID-19. So we may not necessarily have been involved in a situation like these that you're going to see on this show, and they are scary situations. But so many people are going through tough times. So I think that if people look at this and say, wait a minute, you know what? They were able to get it. Maybe I can too.
It makes so much sense. I'm actually surprised that there hasn't been a show like this before, because I feel it is very needed. And knowledge is power, especially when you are faced with a dangerous situation. If you have thought about it, that can really save lives.
I mean, it's one of these things where I was wondering while I was doing the show, what would I do if I were in a situation like this? And the truth is, I have no idea. Even after doing so many of these episodes that we've already shot, I honestly have no idea how I would react. And that's kind of the point, because these people also didn't know how they would react. But here they were. They knew that they had to survive. And so I think one of the things this show also will show us is that humans have this innate ability, this innate wiring to survive, whether you know how you're going to react or not. So I think that's really fascinating. And we're also going to teach you. We're going to teach you what law enforcement says you should do, because law enforcement doesn't always agree with what some of these folks did. But they're going to go ahead and tell us through this program how you should be reacting in similar situations.
So tell me more about the format of the show. You mentioned that you're going to speak with individuals about their experiences in law enforcement. So how is each show structured?
You know, it's very much like a docuseries. So you're going to see several different clips and situations throughout each show. We are going to sit down and talk with all these folks. Some you're going to hear from on the scene, and some you're going to hear from in studio. Some you're going to hear from just like this on Zoom. But what you're going to hear is a very similar story about survival and strength and moving forward. And I think that is going to so inspire you. Everyone has a different way to deal with these things, but their stories, I'm telling you, they're just incredible.
And Gio, you've been a transportation correspondent for ABC News. How's that prepared you for this show?
You know, it's funny because for so many years, I've done a lot of stories specifically about survival, whether it's crime or whether it's just, you know, natural disasters or accidents. And that is what's been so fascinating. I've done a lot of stories about surviving in transportation accidents. And that, I think, it's really that common thread of survival and what the human psyche does, how it is that we're able to get through these tough situations.
And what's your favorite thing about being a part of this series? Is it that you're helping others? Is it that you're potentially, you know, saving people's lives, preparing them for horrible situations? What is it that you enjoy the most?
You know, I really enjoy speaking with these survivors, obviously, because I want to hear their stories one-on-one, but I also really enjoy making sure we're getting that message out there that you can get through these tough situations in most cases. And these are people who were facing these unbelievable situations where here they were, you know, face to face with a gun in some cases, or a knife, or another kind of attacker. And here they are face to face with this, and they have to figure out what it is they have to do. And I think for me, it's sort of saying, wow, they were able to quickly think, because a lot of us overthink a lot of these things and don't trust ourselves as humans. But here we go. This show is going to show you that we're programmed to survive.
Such a great message. Gio Benitez is the host of the show I Survived a Crime. It premieres Wednesday, February 17th. You can watch it on A&E. Gio, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Christine. I appreciate it.